Alright, so today we're gonna, on this very, very hot, windy day, I'm gonna work on, we've already done the yielding to the pressure off the hindquarters and stuff with the lariat, but now I want to do it with him tied, although he's not really tied, so don't worry, I didn't tie him to a movable object. He has this, one of those tie blocker rings right here, so he can pull out if he really has to. And I'm gonna get him so that he can come up flush with this panel. When I put the rope on the other side, he'll come across, he'll kind of feel a little trapped. I want him to be okay with all of this. So, what we're going to do here first, and I'll find out too if he tends to pull away a lot from this. So we'll figure that out as we go. I haven't tried this at all yet. Oops, that was a terrible shot. Let's try that again. There you go, I want him to yield to that pressure all the time. Throw that over his nose, throw that over his butt. Now I'm just going to kind of walk this way, and eventually he won't try and go forward. I want him to come over here. And I'm just going to hold this and wait. Hopefully this wind doesn't get too much worse. You can see that rope's giving him a little bit of some freedom there, and I'll help him out here later. I'll pull him back in as soon as he gives me a little bit of an answer. There we go. Okay. Get that up over his legs. And off he goes. Very good. See, that's why it's just partially tied there, and eventually he won't pull it all. You'll see how this will work here really quick. I'd rather him kind of get loose there a time or so, rather than pull back and hurt himself or do something along those lines. I'm going to flip this over his head again, all the way over the back, all the way over his ear, still on his nose, but that's alright, it'll come off here, hopefully. Alright, well, that wasn't quite what I had in mind, but that's alright. Sometimes you just got to kind of go with them. See if I can figure that out. I'm going to let him get tangled up and realize it's not going to hurt him. So it's going to look kind of chaotic here for a few minutes, but you're going to see just how easily this all kind of works out if you just give him a little bit of time. He's standing on my rope. There we go. Take this, put it over there. Put it over his butt. So it's a totally different feel than what it was just kind of with the lariat. There we go. Again, when you're trailer loading and they have that little divider there, they're going to feel that pressure. They're going to get confined. He's going to be in a little bit of a starting gait here eventually. He's going to be confined in there. I want him to be okay. There. I want him to just nicely be alright and calm with any situation that I ask him to kind of go in. One will also be okay with me throwing this rope over his head like that. Do it a few times here. So when I go to ride him, that's going to be happening as well with the halter. Believe it or not, you give these guys a little bit of time, let them just kind of figure this stuff out. Life goes pretty well. Doesn't look all that pretty to start. That's alright. Get him off there. Good, see if I can back him up. Nice job, sweetheart. So this is nothing really what it's going to look like in about a few minutes here. He figures things out pretty fast. Back him up. I don't want him to feel that when he's tied, it's going to hurt. He's going to be in trouble. If he pulls back or gets in a panic situation because I'm putting him in a claustrophobic situation, then that's not going to help him learn. So I'm just going to hold this, bring him back over here. Even though he came over without the rope. I want him to yield to that pressure. There we go. Hold. Saying, wait a minute, which way do you want me to go? It's pulling on my nose this way, it's pulling on my nose that way. There we go. Wait on him. Now be careful when you wrap the rope like this on your hand. My grip over the years isn't as good as it used to was. So I kind of do a quick little wrap there, but it won't tighten or hurt me. But you got to be careful. There you go. Oh, that was cute. All right. Back him up again. This is where the patience of Job comes in. Back him up. Tighten him up. Tell him it's all right to stand there. Put that over his nose. Hit the bar. Put that over his nose. Put that over his butt. Bring it this way. And I'll just kind of camp out here a little bit. Wait for him. What I'm not going to try and do is release pressure if I need. There we go. When he's just kind of sitting there pulling on me. Might not pull any harder, but I'm not going to release. There we go. Good job, buddy. Back him up again. I know. Tighten this rope up. I'm going to stand there a second. This puppy over his head, over his butt. Maybe you'll yield this way. And again, I'll just kind of hang out and wait for him. Just feeling all this different pressure in all this different ways. You want me to lay down? No, not yet. Okay, it's not too bad. This is a progression. Beginning does not look like the end. If it did, I wouldn't still be here doing this. Bring him up. Let him know everything's okay. Like this. Put it over his noggin. This rope has a clamp on it. I don't have a longer line that doesn't have a clamp on it, so when he says I gotta take that clamp off. That makes it hard to untie it if they pull too hard. So I gotta be careful when I throw that rope, I don't hit him in the nose with that clamp. At least not too hard. There we go. Figure it out, sweetheart. Figure out the puzzle. How do I get over there? There you go. Good. Back him up. And this is also going to teach him that when you walk up, if he's tied, he doesn't just stand there with his butt in your face. He'll move out of your way nice and calm. Get that puppy over there. Bring it over. Say and pull back. Nope. I'm not gonna get. He's not really trying to kick or anything. He doesn't have mean bone in his body, but when he gets to playing, tends to kick out with those hind feet a little bit. I think he's gonna think about playing too much right now, but still don't want to be too close. There we go. Good job. Pet for that. Bring him back up. He's one cuddly little boy, I tell you. My daughter says he's He's the cutest thing. He should be in motion pictures. Well, if he turns out to be a really nice racehorse, he just might be in motion pictures. But we'll see. See how he goes. Wait on them. I never want them to be in a tight spot and panic. Alright, just a little far turn there. Back over. Back him up. Pretty soon he won't pull this rope out at all. Again, remember, if you tie this solid there and something happens, all it's going to do is scare him. Try and keep him out of trouble. Like all those great horsemen say, they find enough trouble on their own. We don't have to create it for them. Oops, that slipped out of my hand. There we go. Bloop. So he's getting better about me flipping that over his butt. He's not as worried about it. Auntie Val, which way do you want me to go? I want you to go this way. There we go. Back it up, bring him in. Let me sit here and wait. There we go. Good job. I'm going to pull this up. Good. A little bit tighter. So there. I'm starting to get a little bit of this. I'm going to take this and just put one wrap there and see if I can start getting him a little bit cornered there. If anything happens or he freaks out, all this will just let loose. He won't be stuck there and tied up. There we go. Good job, sweetheart. Let him feel that. Very nice. Take this off this way because I need to let him feel all that stuff too. You know, that running down his butt there. This time I'll ask this way. Put my hand here, ask him to drop his head, that over top of his ears, down. I'm going to bring this over yonder. Now with this wrapped right here, what people get themselves in trouble with, when they start to pull, you either grab here or let go. Don't hang on, you're gonna break your fingers on this pipe there. You know, if you get a horse, but generally you're not gonna do this with a horse until they're a little better at it anyway. But if you get one that really panics and tries to whiz out of it, let go. 1,000 pounds pulling on that rope and your finger slamming up against that pipe, it won't feel very good. I'll just stand here and wait. If I drank coffee, this would be the time. He's just going to be in this little bind there. There he goes, until he figures it out. In a little bind. And again, bare hands, nothing tight. I'm not going to burn this horse. This horse gets injured, he's probably going to do it on his own, not from me, hopefully. I mean, mistakes happen, but if he starts falling asleep too much, I'll just kind of nudge him. See if you can figure out that feel there. One way, turn him that way. There we go. As you can see, he's getting better about being all tangled up. Alright. And he takes that rope right out, and I don't really care. I have this other one. Just put it back up again. It's quite alright. Hit. Flip that over his nose. Have it hit the wire or the bar and bounce back off again. Get your head down so you hit something with your. I'm gonna have to look at that later. Okay. Flip this over there. Flip that over there. See if we can't get him understanding on this side what he just understood on the other side. Just let this not slide so much. There we go. And wait. And wait. Whistle a little tune, whatever you need to do. Just kind of hold him and get him impatient. There we go. I just started rocking it a little bit so that he's not just leaning on that pressure too hard. There, we got it. And a little bit further. There, good. Let him stand there in that tight spot. You can't see it, but he's just a little bit away from these bars over here. Feels the pressure on all those sides. He's not panicking. Life is good. Let go. Bring it on back over. Are you having happy thoughts? Yes, he's into bondage. Okay, and see, maybe this time I can bring his head down. I'm going to do it different ways all the time. Put it up over the top there. Here we go. Bring this puppy over here. If you start pulling too much, I'll just hold on to this. Get him started. Wrap it. The only reason I wrap this is so that it comes from, so that the direction of the rope pushes him into the bar. It's not for leverage. In fact, I almost have less leverage because it gets a little tight on that bar there. There we go. Good job. Can I get one more little try? Bar. Good job. Run that across his hind legs there. Life's good. Go back to throwing this over. Bloop. Flop on there. Flop over his butt. See if I can get him to come over without pulling on that line this time. If not, I'll go up and grab that line. There we go. So you've probably all had at some point. Loading a horse and pick up that center divider there and push them over, and they're just leaning against you. Or worse, they push against it and slam me up against the other wall. I actually had one client. It's the funniest dang thing, but she had no idea she did it. And this was before I knew the horse. She was just real lucky to have such an awesome horse. But she accidentally cinched her horse to the tie rail. The horse was up against there. She pulled the cinch down and didn't realize it was on the other side. And the horse just stood there tied to the rail. So it can happen. You know, the freakiest things can happen. And that horse just stood there and went, "I can't move, Mom. Not sure what you want me to do, but all right." So that all comes from a nice, good, solid horse that's good with everything. And if they're good with it, great. If they're not good with it, fix it. Don't go one day and go, "Oh wow, my horse jumped at that. I'll just never do that again." No, fix it. Because you never know when it'll come up again someday. Eventually he'll get an awful lot softer at this. There we go. Good. So anyway, we'll stop at that one there for today. And I'll work on it over the next few days and get him better and better at it, and to the point to where he will just yield like butter. And it'll happen here before too long. So we're going to turn off the tape here and we'll get set up for the next thing. Thank you.